It was good to see us finally start to get things together. We had a little. Our offense finally started clicking. The first couple games, we kind of just put through what we needed to. We got the couple late runs, just kind of squeaked them out in the first game to get the win. Took a tough loss. The second one, getting walked off, never fun. You know, it's a tough game. We hit early and then kind of just getting cooled down. So that was. And the first game on Friday was not good. Just didn't come to play. We didn't have a good approach, so that kind of hurt us. And then Saturday we finally exploded. We fought back in the first game. The bats started coming alive. And then the second game we just went crazy. We hit 4 or 5 home runs in that game. It was good to see Medica swinging the stick well. Good to see him kind of hop in there. It's good to see Al. Al got a home run, first varsity career home run. Congratulations, Al. We're all rooting for you. It's good to see Gilly get his first half home run. We're going to count as a half. We don't count that as official. So keep trying, Christian. We're rooting for you. So I think Tanner went oppo. Tanner had an oppo bomb in game 1 on Saturday. It's good to see him be behind the ball. Jared hit 2 home runs this weekend. One at Reinhardt, one at Tacoma Falls in the first game. Pitching was solid all week long. Crab and Clay kicked us off to a good start on Thursday. They really commanded the zone, attacked the game. Patton pitched really well on Friday. He took a tough no decision. Looked really solid for 5+ innings. Looked good from underneath and over the top, really pounding the strike zone. It was good to see Luke get back out on the mound. He went 4 strong innings on Saturday game 1. Good to see him spinning it up there. His velocity looked good. Logan was good in relief, 2 games, 3 2/3 scoreless inning. Big shout out for a Crossroads League Pitcher of the Week. Congratulations! It's like your 18th or something like that. And then AK, AK finished off strong. It's easy to pitch with a lead, but AK went out there and commanded the zone. So he finished us off strong. Well, this week my role was mostly catch bullpens. I really enjoyed playing at Reinhardt because there's an outfield bullpen there. So that's always fun because you get to go and sit out there. Pitchers might have to get ready fast, so they send you out there. And it's always kind of cool. It's a little bit looser environment out there in the bullpen than in the dugout. Maybe it shouldn't be, but it is. And it's always fun to go out there. And then did a lot of work getting the pitchers ready for games. Lots of long tossing. It's kind of one of my bigger roles to help the pitcher. When the pitcher's trying to get ready before the game, it's my job to throw with them. I help stretch it out. Did a lot of that on Saturday in particular. Luke and AK Andrew Kennedy both stretched out pretty far. So that was good. So it's a good way for me to build arm strength, which is something I need to continue to improve on. I got in the second game on Saturday, which was nice. So I got 1 at bat, fielder's choice, and scored on a Christian's home run. It's the first time I've ever seen that. He hit the ball, center fielder makes a catch, just running straight back over his head, takes 2 steps, and wham, just smacks right in the fence. And the ball pops, and apparently the ball popped out and went over the fence. I didn't see it because when I saw him catch the ball, I turned and started running back to first. And I almost got past. Christian and I were about 8 feet apart when I finally got going back the other way. So we scored right on top of each other because I needed all the head start I could get.
Yeah. So, what an interesting weekend for El Blanco. Not only did he, debut, get his first at bat of the season, he also debuted in the rap game.
That is true. We had a little bit of freestyling going on the bus on the way back, and Wyatt was being soft and refusing to go. So I made a deal that if he would go, then I would go. And so he spit 6 or 7 weak lines. And so it was, I guess he fulfilled his obligation, but you could see his heart was really in it. Yeah, it was really, so I did engage in a little of the festivities on Saturday.
We were coming back from Georgia. It was a freestyle Friday, even though it wasn't Friday, and everybody was gathered around, and Chuck was rapping about stealing everybody's girl, and in the same line, he called out Riley, Wyatt, and Alex, and just talked about stealing all their girls, and it was hilarious.
That's a one-time thing. We're still searching for the audio tapes. If we get them, we might publish that as an EP, I think. I think there'd be a lot of demand for that.
He's really getting his voice out there, getting his opinions out there, especially in the rap game and on the field. Caught a bunch of bullpens. We weren't really sure who was catching game 2. So Charles, he caught pretty much every bullpen, and I don't know how many times he told me, hey man, my arm is hanging. But yeah, and then he went in the game, came in after all the catchers, 4 combined bombs between the 3 of us, and Charles steps in there and good old roll over to second base. So yeah, Charles had a solid weekend, I would say.
This weekend, I mean, he was a champ. He hung in there and caught a lot of bullpens and just hung out with everybody, and then finally got his chance and he decided to roll one over to second base. So I don't know what that's all about. I don't know, man. He's just got to get his mind right. He goes up to the plate and he's got that big old smile on his face. He's looking back at the catcher like he's just got to focus a little more, I think.
Nathan Taggart's more known for his offense. He kind of looks goofy, to be honest, out there at third base, but gets the job done. He was a vacuum cleaner this weekend. He made a couple of diving plays to end games that secured victories. Game 1 on Thursday, game 1 on Saturday, he made a diving stop and threw it to first and a diving catch in the game. So that was big time. He was charging balls well, playing balls in front of his body, off his body. It was a really great weekend for him defensively. And then Sam really was one of our big catalysts on offense. He and Laner on Saturday really worked well together. Laner was getting on base, and Sam was just beating the right field fence to death. He had like 3 or 4 doubles in a row. He was really doing a good job. We talked about, after Friday's game, really staying behind the ball and working that right center field gap, and Sam was a perfect example of that. Just right behind the ball, just sending it right to right center field, just driving in runs, getting on base. Really kind of driving the offense in that first game. After Tanner's home run, we kind of stalled for a little bit, and Sam really did a great job of picking us back up and keep not letting us, stall or slow down. He kept us driving, kept us pushing for those more runs to kind of push the lead out.
Yeah.
I mean, Chuck, he's good at catching the fastballs, and he talks a big game when it comes to the girls, but I've never seen him catch one. I got nothing good to say about him now.
He's a good teammate. He really works hard for the team. He never really puts himself above the team. He's all about his teammates. So that's probably my favorite thing about Charles.